Besides all that, B, what have you been jamming since the last episode?
Man. B, I jammed a few things. I went back. This what I jam is gonna be just a little conversation I know we had on and off. I listened to It Was Written. I listened to it, here now and then. I listened to It Was Written, and I listened to it, and I was like, great album, classic. Then I went and played Illmatic, and I'm like, yeah, Illmatic's better, bro. Illmatic is better, bro. So this segment of what I'm jamming, I listened to these two albums back to back. I never done this before. I never listened to It Was Written and then went back and listened to Illmatic. I did that for the first time last week, and Illmatic is a better album. Those highs be on Illmatic is just crazy. I know it's a lot of nostalgia, even though I wasn't around that time, but I know how big those songs are, and when they hit, they freaking hit. And I feel like when it comes to like It Was Written, great album, B. But it's some points where it just don't hit. It don't hit the same like that. You know how you can go to Illmatic and it's like track after track after track. You're like, dang, another hip hop classic. With
You
Illmatic,
know I don't
it
have
could be
that
like a
feeling towards
hit,
Illmatic.
hit, and then it's like, okay, and then you get this, and you're like, hit, and then you get like, man, I feel like I'm a gun. It's like a gun. They just be using me. They just be abusing me, and they just throw me on the ground. You know what I mean? It's like I'm a gun, B. It's like I'm a
Goat,
gun.
goat, goat.
Great album. I love it. It's some, suspect don't come outside. You know what I mean? Come on, it got classic moments on there, but it's like Illmatic is just different. It's different, but I understand why people will like it more, but I kind of don't. After hearing them back to back, I can see the superior album. I can see the superior album is Illmatic, and that's what I jammed. I jammed more stuff, but I'm just saying those two albums I had to jam back to back. I never did that. I never had that experience. I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure you probably did because you went in row to probably listen to everything. So you probably went to Illmatic till It Was Written. But I never went It Was Written to Illmatic. I've never done that
I don't
before.
think I'll ever do that.
I did it. I'm like, ooh, yes, this is better. This is better. What about you, B?
Uh,
I'm
man, look,
sorry.
disrespectful like that. But if we're gonna be speaking about some OGs, I'm gonna start it off with something that I listened to this weekend, and I didn't know that this came out. It just randomly popped up on my Spotify algorithm.
Mhm.
Lil Flippin' Zero came out with a collab album this weekend. Kings of the South, Volume 2. I never
Huh?
heard Volume 1. So I saw this pop up. I'm like, oh, this has got to be like something old. I saw 2025. I was like, wait, hold up. This is new. So I started listening to it. It's about 18 songs, an hour and 3 minutes. I will say that this album is longer than what it needs to be, definitely. But it's one of those things where it's like you're gonna get what you expect. They don't do
Mhm.
anything new. They don't do anything super fire like I would have loved them to. Like, oh, trading bars back and forth, like doing like, oh, I so and so like rhyming off of each other's bars. They don't do nothing like that. It's just a
Mhm.
stereotypical Lil Flip has a verse. Boom. Zero might have a hook. Zero might have a verse too. It's that stereotypical thing. They got a song shouting at DJ Screw, which is cool. But it's just cool to like hear them still like, together making music. Cause I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, I heard Zero's album last year. And I know someone from my job said, like, oh yeah, I got down with that Zero album, which I'm just like, I don't get how you got down with that like that. But I
Mhm.
understand that if you're a Zero fan, you're probably just gonna like anything Zero puts out in general, right? And so coming out with this, I'm like, okay, Zero has someone to bounce off of, which I think I'm gonna like more because it's not just Zero relying on just being Zero. He has to rely on Lil
Mhm.
Flip, and Lil Flip has to do the same as well. Zero has his melodic hooks and stuff like that. Overall, enjoyable project for me. I don't see myself going back to this, and I did not add this project to my library, but there were some songs that I did actually, enjoy overall. But yeah, it's exactly what you expect. But it's just cool to see the OGs, especially with me reviewing all these Houston albums, seeing them come out with a project like this together. But yeah.
Hey, dope. I never
What's your
listened
next
to that,
project,
but
V? I know you won't. I'm the Houstonian. Was it? I'm the person that touches on that over here on this show.
oh my God. Oh, my next project, bro. It's another rewind. An album that I'm trying to understand, an album that it's been out for years, but it's songs on here I connect with. B. I came around with it a little longer, but Drake views. I did a re-listen. B. I'm like, I'm about to listen to this
Okay.
again.
Okay.
The album is too long, man. My The album's long. Some of the tracks, I feel like if he would have condensed this down, it'd have been a little better. But I don't see why people say it's like one of his best albums. I think it's just too much going on in this album still. Like re-listening to it, it was so many like lows to me. Like it was so many tracks that just didn't hit. of course, Grammys felt like a throwaway from What a Time to Be Alive. It just was trash. Not trash, but it wasn't a good song. The Rihanna and Drake track just didn't hit. I actually forgot that song was on there. Controller, all that. That's the big joints. Views. What's that one song?
Hotline
Nine,
Bling.
Highline Bling. Yeah, we know those. But it's just like this album. Just Child's Play is not. I do not like Child's Play. It's just so much stuff on here. I just do not enjoy on here. But
Hmm.
I understand why people, it was at like him. That's Drake at his like peak when it comes to like having the big hits or whatever. But like, this album, I can't get jiggy with, man. Like Drake was like, what's the one? Western Road Flows.
Hmm.
To me, the best track on this album when it comes to just him rapping, production, and stuff like that. To me, my favorite song on this album is "Feel Away" because it's just
Hmm.
a beautiful song. I love that song. But
Hmm.
Western Road Flows is like Drake. No, we want that Drake. We want more of that Drake. We want Drake to be in that pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I'm gonna go back to what we gonna. Oh, I'm gonna well, not go back, but I'm gonna reach a little bit from like further on in the show. But a lot of my expectations of what I want from Drake, he just never delivers. You know what I'm saying? He never do what I want him to do.
Hmm.
But overall, man, I'm trying to understand this album, man, and it's so
Hmm.
long. And I'm like, how do people just sit and listen to this? Why was he putting out albums this long at this? Because after this, like, he was just putting out mad albums with this length, right?
After this, it was More Life than Scorpion, I believe, correct?
Yeah, Scorpion. Even though I like Scorpion much more than Views, bro, because it's way more, way more. But thinking about like what For My Dogs was long, CLB is long. Like he got some long albums, bro. Even the 21 Savage joint
But you
long. Her
also got to
loss.
remember we was moving into the streaming era at that time too.
B.
This was the time where the streaming era was because views and all that happened on like that was when he was doing this thing on Apple Music and having a radio show and all that.
Yeah.
So it was more leaning towards like
Six six
streaming.
six six.
Yeah, more songs on the album, more streams, more album sales, yada yada, woot woot woot.
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know how people really think this is one of his best albums. Like I
I
rather
think
I
it is.
think
I
I
did
think
a
I
Dark Side Interlude on it, but it's gonna come
yeah.
out on the anniversary this 9 year. Obviously, we'll review it on the 10 year, but yeah.
I'm looking right now, B, just re-looking at this track list, bro.
I
This is
know
not a,
nine on there. Keep the family
yeah.
close. Was it You With Me?
Yeah.
Feel No Ways.
I'm gonna say
I didn't like Grammys or Pop Style, whichever one
mm-mm.
that is.
Like I like this album more than I liked it in 2016. I guess I could tolerate it more, but to me,
Hmm.
it's I don't think this is a good album, bro. I think I'm tripping. I don't
Yeah,
think this
you
is a
are
good
tripping.
album, bro. View's not good, bro.
Yeah, you're tripping.
I
You're
wonder what
tripping.
he. I wonder if he looking at like some trash when he the views from that tower. But I don't know. I tried to listen to views again. This is like my fourth time listening to it in total. I just can't get jiggy with it, bro.
Yeah, you just such a hater. That's
I
all I
just
can
don't
say.
know.
You're
What's your
just
next
such a
album,
hater,
B?
B.
What's your next album? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put two together because I don't want to take up too much time on what we've been jamming. Shout out to the
Okay.
boy RB Reyes. He like I said before in the previous
Yeah.
episode, he gave me a list of albums to check out. I was like, all right, cool. Let me check some of them out over time. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't want to listen to too many of them and not really have much to say going across them. Listen to Where I Left You by Be My Fiasco, who is actually someone who works with Fonte, and she has a little brother feature on here as well. And Marigold by Alex Isley. Now, I don't know if she's like related to the Isley brothers or anything like that, but listen to both these projects right here. Both very great R&B projects, more hinge on that neo soul, the newer neo soul, obviously, type of R&B that we get right here. Both gave me very stellar projects. Replayability for me is very high. You could definitely see some of the Fonte-ish foreign exchange work that Be My Fiasco does on her album, but with Alex
Mm-hmm.
Isley, it's a collab project with Jack Dine, who was actually on the production itself. And
Mm-hmm.
Marigold, that's the name of the project. I'm like, oh yeah, this is it for me. I gotta check out these people's discography right here. And I don't know if Be My Fiasco actually has an album coming out soon, but these two are on my radar right now. Shout out to my boy RB Reyes for putting these on my radar because I thoroughly enjoyed these. I was like, yo, I'm coming out of these projects and I don't have a single bad thing to say about it. And I don't like that because I'm like, yo, like the music is good. I gotta find something negative to say, god dang it, but I can't. Dang it. This is good music, good R&B music. But yeah.
Alex Isley is dope, bro. She actually is related to the Isleys.
Oh,
That's
she
Ernie's
is?
daughter. Yeah, I
Oh,
knew
okay.
that. I knew she was related. I
Hmm.
just confirmed. But yeah, she's dope. I used to jam
Yeah.
that one EP she had back. Excuse me. I think it was Wilton. That EP
Hmm.
that was with Jack Dine as well.
Mm.
And
Yeah, I saw
I
she
think
had
the
another
luxury.
project with Jack Dine. I
Yeah,
definitely saw
yeah.
that.
But nah, she's dope, bro. She's real
Yeah.
dope.
Her and Be My Fiasco. Like I said, I think she might be she heavily works with Fonte, or she might be
Yeah,
like
she
she might
sounds
help some
familiar.
foreign
I don't think I ever
exchange
just
type
checked out
stuff.
her
I
work.
think she
My
helps I
bad.
think she
My
helps
bad.
write some foreign exchange stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead
Yeah.
with your next project, B.
Oh, my next project would be from Coda the Coda the friend. Photo. This is a project that came out what year? 2019. I listened to this a lot in 2020, especially like I don't know, I had my son around this time, but this album like connected with me because it's about family and me starting a family and things like that. So it's more of a sentimental value to me, you know what I mean? And a lot of the subject matter was like he actually have a son. He talked about his son, his dad, his sisters, his mom, and just making like this concept of just telling all these stories. He even have interludes of like his sisters talking, his uncle, and all these type of people, and they kind of bringing up the family together. And they actually was speaking on his grandfather and stuff like that, and just some of his traumas and like what it ended up and like how it affected the family and blah say blah. And man, I really enjoyed his album. Like my favorite track on here is like for color boys. Is it for color boys? Am I bugging? Let me make sure. I'm sure. Yeah, for color boys. I had to confirm. Yeah, for color boys. And I'm like, man, re-listening to this album, it felt nostalgic for me, even though it came out in 2019. And I guess because of the sentimental value, like I said. But for Color Boys is dope. He's just, speaking for black boys, black men, and talk about like all the type of things we'll have to experience in life and blase, blah. But I think it's a really beautiful track, especially the production on that. And I love that music video. At the time, like his direction, if you know who Kota the Friend is, like around that time he was making like these music videos that was like it, there was videos, but he did it like a still photo. Like the whole video of like for Color Boys, they like I think they have like it's raining and they all have like umbrellas, and he just sitting there just rapping and the rain just falling. But then it's no other shot. It's just that. And I really liked a lot of his art direction around this time. But any of you guys never, I think this is I listened to more good amount of his album, like his like mixtape and albums. To me, I still think this is his best work. I think it's really well put together. And that's Photo FOTO by Coda the Friend. Really dope project. I really like this
Okay.
album, bro. It just been so long since I listened to it. I'm like, I don't know, B. I was doing a rewind. I was doing a rewind, man. I was going back. What you got?
Let me see. What is the next project I want to talk about? I can just talk about two songs real quick.
Okay.
Big Crit put out a song with Bubba Sparxxx called Yeah Buddy. It was just to me a surprise that Bubba Sparxxx
Mm,
is still rapping and Big Crit was on it. And it's that newer Big Crit that has like flavors of Crit is here. Like it's that Big
mm,
Crit. So I was like, all right, this song is cool. Overall, I thought it was all right. Next song I want to talk about is Bow Wow and Chris Brown's newest song because I was listening to the NAV album this weekend, which I'll talk about in a bit. And after that, it just played that song. And you know it's produced by Hitmaker, so you already know what type of
mm.
song it is. It's the perfect radio song. It's one
Yeah.
of them songs. So I was like, uh, like I didn't know Bow Wow was still making music. I thought he retired and just wanted to be Shad Moss the rest of his life. But yeah, Chris Brown's on the hook. Bow Wow's rapping. It's
B, you're not going to the
stereotypical.
the Millennial Tour? You know Bow Wow and them. You know you wanted to go and dance to some B2K, some Morian Icebox, Icebox. Well, my heart is.
All right, guys, that's been another episode of Beyond Beats and
You
Notes
know it, B.
podcast.
You know.
No, yeah, yeah. I mean, I love them songs, but you know, I'm not a big concert guy. So yeah,
Right.
no. Did you see that one guy that ran up on Trey Songz on stage while he was
I heard
performing?
about it, but I didn't see the clip.
Yeah, it was it was weird because Trey Songz, like Trey
His post
Songz,
up game trash.
you did not look fearsome. He punched him, and it didn't look like the guy
Oh,
got
he hit
hurt.
him. He hit him.
Yeah, he no, because what he did, the guy came up behind Trey Songz, and he hit him. He said,
For real, I
"I'm
didn't
like,
see the
why does
clip,
that?
bro.
Why does your punch look like it did not hurt? That's the worst
I'm gonna,
part."
I'm gonna have to Google it.
That one and Trey Songz going viral on TikTok because of his little facial features whenever he sometimes sings.
Oh, he used to be doing. Oh yeah, I used to make fun of him in middle school. Boy, I remember that because I used to have a do rag on, and I make fun of him
Mhm.
doing like, what did he say? I don't want to. What did he say? Like,
Look
please,
the other
please,
way.
no, but
I
it's
don't
another
want to
one. He's
be a
like, oh yeah, no,
player.
but he used to be like, I can't help but wait till
Oh yeah,
you
that's the
see you.
classic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was in that joint crying it's like, for what you really
Really
are. Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, those are two
But
of the stickers I had. What
all
go
right,
on with your next thing, B?
my last and final project will be Shay Noir and Superior. I know you talked about it last week, and I told you I got to listen to it. So I always got to check out a Shay Noir project. And this was dope. Short and sweet, like you said, B. Talking about motherhood now. I love that track. Speaking on motherhood and like you said, she don't want to do things that affected her in her childhood to her kid. She bettered herself. She had to heal some wounds that she had. You know what I mean? But this project was dope. I like the production on here. I love the way Shay raps, like you said. She has that same scheme as kind of 38 Special, but like she's more like monotone, like more her, more like laid back, and like 38 Special has more of that character behind it. And I really enjoyed it. And Ice Cold Bishop just sounded. I love this dude, bro. Like when I heard, it, I was like, oh, there he go, man. Like he's just so like animated and everything, man. I was just like, bro, I gotta go back and listen to the what's the name? Was it bad? What's the name of his album? Was it Bad Intentions? Am I bugging? Bad Intentions, Nav. Yeah. Oh man, hold on. Let me before I end this, I have to because I talked about his project
Guys, I
with
just
you,
want y'all to
right?
know he is a closet fan of Nav.
I
He already
used to
knew the
like
Nav album
Nav.
and
I'm
everything.
no, it's called Generational Curse. My bad
Okay.
by Ice Cold
I think
Bishop,
you
which is
recommended me that one,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I recommend it to you. It's really dope. But this album is dope, man. Like Shay Noir, bro. Like especially 22 minutes, right? 22 minutes. Short, sweet, 11 tracks around that. Come on, man. It's just dope. Dope beats. I liked it. You know what I mean? I don't know if you getting the vinyl. You get the vinyl?
Nah,
You didn't get the vinyl for this one? Okay.
nah.
But
I
yeah,
like the
dope
last project a
project.
bit more.
Dope project. And keep it up, Shay. You know what I'm saying? You dope. But yeah, that's my last. What you got?
All right, I got three more projects I could talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my boy RB Rays again. Literally the day that we were supposed to shoot the pod, uh, he shared that Zaytoven and Young Dro put out a collab project. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what the f? I'm like, how come nobody was talking about this? I
Mm-hmm.
get why, but I'm like, nobody on my TL was talking about this. Not a single person. So shout out to my boy RB Rays again because I'm like, yo, I gotta hear this project. And I heard it about 2 or 3 times since I saw he shared the project. I thought it was a cool project. It was just cool to hear Young Joe again, Zaytoven's production,
Mm-hmm.
very nostalgic to what he was doing during the trap era. But also, if you like Future's Beast Mode and stuff like that, then you'll obviously love this type of production since Zaytoven
Mm-hmm.
was the producer on that project right there. But yeah, he's giving Young Dro that trap bounce as usual. And Young Dro, man, he's just such a character on some of this, some of his
Mm-hmm.
metaphors, some of his similes, some of his lines. I'm like, he's just a character, and I love it. I just love the character that Young Dro brings on these projects. Now, there are some points in this project where I'm like, okay, Young Dro, like when he's trying to do the auto tune melodic thing, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it doesn't just stay on the hook, when it actually comes to the
Right.
verses. Uh, and then the last song. Oh, first off, shout out to him putting Trouble on here because Trouble is on the actual first song. So yeah, shout out to that. But he makes his last song, and I get it, I respect it because of the concept. But he's like, yo, we got to put the guns down. But he's doing this in a melodic way where I'm just like, you sound like Gorilla Soul. But also, I'm not taking your subject matter serious on the song because you telling me to put the guns down. Too many lives are being lost to gun violence. But the way you auto tune melodic crooning on this, I'm like, I don't like it, Young Dro. But besides that, rapping, him talking about like he's with them guys, he's with them shooters in the strip club. That's where you can find him. Stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I love this. It reminds me of 2 Chainz. I know Young Dro and 2 Chainz are supposed to be coming out with a collab project. So seeing those two together and seeing what Young Dro still has it, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be fire when that comes out. Next project, Lil Durk's Deep Thoughts. We kept saying for a few weeks, I'm like, oh, this project is gonna come out. This project is gonna come out. This project is gonna come out. Well, be it finally came out, and it should have been locked up, like it should have stayed because this project was not good at all. Um, Yeah. To me, I don't think Lil Durk could really beat his last album, Almost Healed, because to me that was a really great body of work from Lil Durk. Quality beats, quality rapping for what he usually does. But this right here, it just felt like the quality just wasn't there for me.
Hmm.
So I was like it just didn't
Did
hit it for me.
did they try to like cover up any of like any in his lines, or you could tell that
Yeah,
it
sometimes
wasn't like,
censored
yeah,
out. Because every
yeah.
now and then I would listen, like he would try and say something, but then it would be censored, and I'm like, did I listen to I'm like, did I click the censored version? Then he would say the B word a little bit later. I'm like, oh well, that's confusing, and it's in the same
He
song. So
can't
I'm
he
like, oh
can't say no names, and you know how they talk. They can't do that, especially what he did
yeah.
now.
But
They
sometimes
gonna
it would
use.
say it would come like he was censoring a cut or curse word though. So that's why it threw me off. He was like,
I,
she'll suck my, and then it blurred. I'm like, and then he said the B word later on in another line. I'm like,
mm,
I'm so confused on why you censored that, but not censor this too.
yeah.
I don't know, but I understand him not saying names because to me, Dirk is one of those guys where, and it's this funny meme that went around on Facebook where it's like, Dirk just says anything on a song, and he does, and he's messy too. He'll always tell somebody else's story, but he never really talks about him, so that's crazy.
Hmm.
And last project, Nav, on my way to Rexdale. Had to listen to it, B. It's cool. If you like Nav, you'll like this. He's mostly crooning and crying over a girl, talking to being in his emotions, being in his feelings. The project isn't too long. He had that boy OG Ron C on here for one song, which was dope. But yeah, he sounds like he's in that Don Toliver, Travis Scott range,
Hmm.
and he's just doing a lot of melodic crooning more than what he's usually doing. He only has like two like bump and turn up tracks, and I actually didn't like them at all. But yeah, on my way to Rexdale by Nav. I thought it was a cool project because I'm a Nav fan, but I can understand someone not liking this at all, especially if you don't like Nav. This will not win you over.
I had a tweet that I saw about Nav that really caught my eye.
Hmm.
I thought about sharing it with the people, and I also want to share it with you as well. I think it was a great tweet.
Hmm.
Nav is the most pointless, aimless, vanilla, cookie cutter,
So you're the
bland,
one who put that on
soulless
my TL.
artist we might have ever seen in rap. He is devoid, personified, a walking, talking vacuum.
You're
No,
the one that put that on my
no.
TL. I saw that. I'm like, God dang, I gotta like that because it's kind of true. I'm
No,
like,
Dom retweeted it, bro. That's how I saw it. I looked, I'm like, yo, this is hilarious. I'm like, oh, who retweeted this? Dom retweeted it. I'm like, all right, that's funny, bro.
everybody just hates everything I run. That's the sad part about this.
It is
That's the
what it
part.
is, B. I just had to share that with the people. He's a walking vacuum.
I just want y'all to know, guys, that he's the one that actually put me on the nav.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
just
hey.
saying.
I was like 21. My brain wasn't fully developed. I didn't even have my
This guy
front.
was about
front
32 when he recommended that to me. What are you
I'm not even
talking about
32
me?
now. What are you talking about? Now you just lying. I went to the future and introduced it to you. I went to the past from the future. You got to listen to that. He's the next up.
He never was next up.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You wrong, B. You wrong.
oh man, but that's been it for another episode or another part of what we've been jamming. Let us know what y'all been jamming down in the comment
Mhm.
section down below.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.